Hello, Shell Point. My name is Jason Smith, the Vice President of Amenities, and I'm joined today with Marc Middleton, the CEO of Growing Bolder. We're so thankful for Marc joining us today, and also to be able to be the keynote speaker for our volunteer appreciation event. Marc has spoken to our residents about the importance of volunteering and really what the meaning is behind volunteering. And he's lit a fire with all of us, from staff to residents. So we're so thankful for him and his presentation at the volunteer event. So Marc, I'm a huge fan of you. You know that. But our residents aren't all familiar. What is Growing Bolder? Who is Marc? And really, what gave you the passion to create such an amazing organization called Growing Bolder?
Well, first of all, Jason, thank you for having me here. And you know what gave me the passion are people like the residents here at Shell Point. I was a TV guy, a broadcast journalist for years, and I just became enamored with this age wave, this large group of older adults, and not just that there were so many of us, but really that we were determined to age in a way that was different than our parents and our grandparents and every generation throughout the history of mankind. And you know, Growing Bolder is a media company and I guess a lifestyle brand that mostly chooses to look at aging through a prism of opportunity and possibility instead of simply loss and limitation. And
beautiful.
You know, we have grown up in a culture that undervalues older adults. And that wears on us. You know, we've been exposed to ageist messaging overtly, covertly, and in every way since the time we were kids. And so we don't understand what's possible. So Growing Bolder basically is, you know, we plant our flag in the ground of ordinary people that are living what is considered extraordinary lives, but it's really not. It's just older adults who somehow have figured out how to continue to extract joy from life, no matter their condition. Older adults who have figured out how to remain involved in life, continuing to contribute to the community that they live in. And so it's you know, we tell stories of the people that people like those that live here in Shell Point.
Well, it's truly remarkable because you are exposing and igniting a passion for people to continue to find new things and go on new adventures. So your life's work is redefining aging. So for you, in your words, why is it so important that residents and seniors stay engaged, stay active, and stay connected? Why is that so important?
Well, there's been tons and tons of studies. So let me say, first of all, that, you know, I will quote studies, I will share the opinion of experts, but what we have done, which is different than anybody else, is mostly what we talk about we have learned from other older adults.
Yes.
You know, real stories of real people, a diverse group of people who, as different as they are, there are common threads that lead to a quality of life as they get older, and community is one of them. Community is immunity. You know, we like to say, if you live in a powerful community, in a community that supports you, in a community that encourages you, a community in which you can find purpose, a community in which you can have a voice, it is good for you in every way imaginable. So, you know, we celebrate the opportunity to engage as you get older, because in general, again, the culture, I don't know if it overtly wants us on the couch, but it pretty much leads us to the couch. And you have to get off the couch and you have to engage.
Yes.
And if you can engage not just with people that are like you, but people that are unlike you in every way, it's good for you and it's good for them.
It truly does, and gives you new energy, and it's something to get excited about waking up in the morning. So, you know, as we talk about volunteering, why is it so important for people to, you know, volunteer and to be able to identify a sense of purpose in life?
Well, purpose is one of those common threads. You know, I'd like to say, prove me wrong, Growing Bolder has interviewed more older 90-year-olds and 100-year-olds than any media company in the world. And as diverse as that group is, there are common threads that are responsible for them continuing to not just be alive, but to be alive with a quality of life that we can envy. And purpose is one of the main things. And, you know, we're asked all the time when we talk about purpose, you know, how can I find my purpose? And the answer is easy, and I'll talk a little bit about this today. You don't find purpose, you give purpose.
Wow.
When you give, all of a sudden you realize that you have a role in a community, that you are important, that you have meaning. So, purpose keeps us alive, and it's very easy to have purpose. It's not a big deal. Purpose can be nothing more than you and I having this conversation. I mean, there's purpose behind this.
It's true.
Purpose can be as little as a smile. It can be as little as a hello. It can be the smallest, tiniest thing on a daily basis. But purpose is what fuels the life force within all of us. And it's incumbent upon all of us to find purpose, and it's important for all of us to help others find their purpose. And if you make it, purpose with a big P, people get excited, they get nervous, they think, oh my God, I got to change the world, when you don't really have to. What I love about Shell Point, I don't have time. We don't have time for me to list all of it. But, we talk a lot. I think it was Mother Teresa who said, I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone that can create ripples that will, give or take. I blew it a little bit. There are ripples emanating from Shell Point that are being felt worldwide without the residents here knowing it. This is the beauty of being alive today, because we are changing the culture of aging. We're changing the culture of aging one life at a time, one community at a time. From the beginning of time, older adults did not think or act like many do today. And this is legacy. We are changing the way our children, our grandchildren, and their kids will live forever by staying engaged, staying involved, being in community, and sharing with one another.
Oh, you are spot on. And that pearl of wisdom that you shared there, as far as you not going out and finding purpose, you give purpose. That is, if I could just trademark that, Marc Middleton note of the day. Well, the last piece says we are excited to continue this partnership, and we're leaning in as much as we possibly can in growing Boulder and recognizing that this is a lifestyle and the good work that you do. So we're excited to be hosting a Growing Boulder Day in the near future at Shell Point. What would our residents expect from a day like this at Shell Point?
A Growing Boulder Day, for lack of a better description, is a circus of inspiration. It's a pep talk about life. We started doing it when a senior service organization came to Growing Boulder and said, will you support our Senior Day? Okay. And I said, no. And they said, wait a second, that's not like you. And I said, we'll do anything we can to promote it. But I've got a problem with most senior days. With all due respect, I'm a senior, and I wouldn't go to many senior days because my vision of a senior day, my impression of a senior day, is a bunch of very older adults going from table to table, picking up stuff they don't really want or don't really need, putting it in a plastic bag and walking away. And if it gets you out of the house and helps you socialize, there's great value in that. But to me, we need to rebrand senior days in the same way that we need to redefine aging. A senior day should be an intergenerational celebration of the opportunity of aging. We've got to get people to not be afraid of growing older, because growing older, can be an incredible blessing. We've got to get people to understand that even though you may not get better at your time for the 100-meter dash or your batting average may not improve, you can grow in your empathy, your compassion, your passion, your creativity. There are many, many important skills that we all have that we can continue to develop as we get older. So a Growing Boulder Day is really just to share the good news about growing older without ignoring the challenges.
Wow, Marc, just thank you so much for the service that you give to not only our residents here at Shell Point, but paying attention and sharing the stories to all seniors all over this world. And the work that you're doing is truly inspirational, and thank you for coming out to Shell Point. We're excited about the future and more to come with Marc Middleton. Thank you, Shell Point.